É muita história, mano. Tem tudo pra esse negócio ser grande pra caramba. Ah, não. Agora a Twitch tá meio chatinho com esse negócio de classificação. Tem que colocar que a classificação do jogo é só pra adulto. Pra não dar merda. A gente tá com 3 side quests aqui. Deixa eu ver. Aí vai acontecer uma guerra. Que eu acho que vai ter uma guerra. Vai desenrolar uma guerra mais pra frente aqui. Não sei se você se lembra. Tinha um cara que ele tinha uns escravos. Deixa eu ver onde que ele parece. Aqui, ó. Aqui. Tem um cara que é dono de um local ali que tem vários escravos e ele ajuda a causa, né, do Cid, ajudava a causa do Cid, mas sempre foi interesseiro. Então vai ter uma guerra da galera dele com outro cara. E aí, tipo, a side quest tá montando essa guerra. Eu não sei se uma dessas side quests aqui vai acabar me levando pra guerra, que vai virar uma side quest, provavelmente. E o Clive acha melhor que seria. Clive até fala, seria melhor vocês não fazerem essa guerra, mas o cara quer fazer a guerra. Eu montei o barco, né?
So you can read. Congratulations. But I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He's not been eating me treats. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now he won't so much as look at him. Didn't like him. Which is why I'm of a mind that his mind's on something else. You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy? Do you need a rest?
What was it you said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's woken inside him.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything, you mean? Perhaps.
Será? Ele é um Frost Wolf. Será que ele não tá querendo gelo? Porque a gente tá num local meio que tropical.
You're looking well, Karen.
What do you want? Out with it.
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn. Single-edged and extremely sharp.
A espada.
Running around after him again, are you?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that. It's driving him to distraction.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go straight into private collections. Which made it nice and easy finding a buyer.
Can you tell me who bought it? Where is it now?
You think I tell people who my clients are? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off me, are you now? Fine. If you stop mooning at me like that. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmecian bloke. Collects weapons and the like. And he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of my favourite clients. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalamil, where I left him.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh, and he's a touch eccentric, if you take me meaning.
I appreciate the warning.
É muita pessoa pra conversar.
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgal.
Ah, e a filha do Cid, ela criou uma espécie de leme pra esse local onde que eles estão. Que é como se fosse um barco.
I don't think so. According to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite. which is certainly a new development. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Rosalith Castle.
Leme não, né? Seria um motor, alguma coisa assim. É, motor barra
I
leme.
think she might be right, though not about his appetite. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow that resides within, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a lack of appetite that afflicts Torgal, but a surfeit of it. If we assume that his newfound magics require additional nourishment to sustain, it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing are no longer sufficient. Frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may yield altogether different nutrients. As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of eastern Rosaria have been known to grow to a size more than double that of their lesser cousins.
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear of predators. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida, and that was long before the village was abandoned.
Even so, it seems like a good place to start.
Good hunting, Clive.
Ah, já enfrentar um bicho forte. Então, essa quest aqui do Ossos do Ofício vai me levar direto pra um bicho pra gente lutar. Já percebi. Vamos ver agora a outra quest lá. Na verdade, quase todas as sidequests levam pra alguma batalha.
Clive, did you get my letter?
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto won't be listening.
Is this better?
A menina até olhou com uma...
Listen, I've some bad news. It turns out the hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders, and it may be my fault. But I swear to the goddess, I thought I had the numbers square. Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a circle. 0, you might say. I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's gonna take some time, and I'm gonna need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. And I hope he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million. Each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see? And, well, I must have made some sort of
Nossa.
oversight.
Those ledgers were my responsibility, and it was my decision to entrust them to you. This is my fault.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're gonna make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are. A little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
Mano, vai extorquir a Marta e o outro lá.
You know how it is with this place. Orders to
É meio que isso, né? Vender esse item caro pra caramba pra eles.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Eles vão achar alguém pra gente vender. Pode ser isso.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No, I don't.
Você tá morto. Tá. Acho que não tem mais nenhuma quest aqui. Na verdade tem uma aqui ainda. Tem uma quest aqui, em algum canto aqui, deixa eu ver. Ah, deve ser com a filha do Cid. São 4 side quests. Ah, não, não é ela.
Well, here, Sid. Reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you've a mind to.
Todo mundo fez merda.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit, it is. Bung in a solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. All right. Why not?
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes.
Eu ia falar, caramba, eles estão fazendo uma side quest pra aprender a fazer café.
And it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb kill. They leave them behind when they die, see?
Vou matar bicho aqui, já percebi.
If you wouldn't mind.
E eu que na última live entrei numa caçada sem querer. O bicho era difícil pra caramba, quase que morro também.
Fighting dirty great balls of flame ain't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Eu fui fazer uma quest lá de um menino dos pães. E aí no meio do caminho eu vi um monstro parado. Eu falei, mano, por que esse monstro tá parado? E eu tinha que passar por ele. Quando eu cheguei perto dele, ativou a caçada. Monstro, era um assassino, não sei o que, mano. O bicho era chato pra caramba. Teve uma hora que eu fiquei na merda, acho que com 20 de HP. Eu falei, morri. Eu gastei 2 super poção e todas as poções que eu tinha. Tá aqui. Caçada, tá vendo? Sabia, ele vai mandar fazer caçada esse daqui. Ou não, né? Pergunte relatos sobre relatos de bombas. Ah, bombas é aqueles bichos chatos que é caçar bombex. Aqui, essa bomba aqui, ó. Nível B, pelo menos. Qual foi? Foi esse daqui, ó, que eu enfrentei. Enfrentei esse bicho aqui, nível A. Tem que enfrentar esses daqui, ó. Dá um pouquinho de XP essa caçada. Mas não marca, né? Deixa eu ver. Tem que ver a região, na verdade. Em Maringa Sambrek. Não, Maringa. Moringa Sambrek. Tá, vamos sair aqui. Vamos ver primeiro onde fica esse Moringa Sambrek. Caralho, onde é que fica esse local? Rosália. Rosália Central. Sudeste Rosália. Damek, né? Sambrek Meridional. É por aqui. Sambrek Central. É Morinha, não sei, alguma coisa assim. Sudeste Sambrek. Oriental. Nordeste Sambrek. Eu não entendi porra nenhuma. Vamos fazer 7 quests daqueles lugares que pede aqui. Vamos pra cá. Quem sabe eu dou a sorte de encontrar esse bicho.
Slavers don't even bother.
Normalmente eles são monstros que você vê eles de longe e eles ficam parados e tal. Quem tá andando comigo só? Turgol. A Jill ainda não. Eu não conversei ainda com a Jill pra ela precisar andar comigo. Eu acho que a próxima coisa que vai acontecer, a Jill vai me dar os poderes dela. E vai ter a cena picante dele com a Jill e tal. Só que eu não sei se. Se depois disso a Jill para de andar com a gente. Eu já não sei. Entregar pra Isabelle.
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion. Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well.
Adorou o presente.
Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago, yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that.
Por um momento eu pensei, caramba, o filho do Otto é o Cid. Mas não, não é. Quando falou, igual o filho dele, eu falei, meu Deus do céu, o Cid era filho do Otto. Só que eu falei, mas o Cid parece ser tão velho quanto o Otto, como pode ser filho dele? Aí quando ela falou que não, é uma criança, morreu ainda criança. Eu falei, ah, tá. Por um momento eu falei, caralho, é o filho dele. Vamos fazer aqui. É que eu acho que tem bicho pra matar. Não, acho que conversa.
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
Tá. Vou falar com alguém aqui, né?
Calm yourself. We don't know for sure. It could have just been a tremor.
Back again, are you? Any more trouble and you'll be barred for life, however deep your friends' pockets might be.
Carai, calma, foi sem querer.
Welcome. If you're hoping for a bed, I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. One of our wealthier patrons has purchased the use of every room open to keep out the riffraff.
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? No. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen. Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to
Tá,
grant.
então aqui é da espada.
With Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamal is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your triumphant return.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell, and best of luck.
Então, 700 metros. Vamos pra cá e de lá eu lembro.
Good girl.
Caralho, que jogo do cacete, mano. Tomei um susto agora. Com o bicho ali do lado ali. Bosta. Tem um bicho aqui, não tem? Não. Ah, a música junto com o bicho aparecendo do nada ali. Eu odeio ficar levando susto, mano. No celular fica toda hora andando. Quando tu bota pra carregar o celular, e aí ele chega a 80% da bateria, ele avisa, né? Pra você tirar ele do carregador, a tomada, pra não danificar a bateria.
We've got company. Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off.
Droga.
Nice try.
Esse soco é muito forte. Eu preciso upar essas esquivas e as habilidades do bolinha de cada uma das duas. E preciso fazer isso.
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Delamel.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What shall I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the outer isles, far beyond the twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such
Japoneses.
precision that none ever
É a maneira de você colocar japonês no mundo.
The sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it.
É, mas agora quebrar num golpe.
How do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness.
É, mas quebrar na segunda porrada eu achei meio estranho, né?
This great realm of ours. And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
And there are many other collectors out there.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Byron
Ah, o tio dele.
and is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern, may our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
É, não é nem esse papo mesmo de botar katana. É porque é jogo japonês, né? É como eu falei, ficou meio estranho quando ele falou que na segunda porrada ela quebra.
His lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
Beleza. Aqui a gente já terminou. Vamos pro próximo mapa aqui. Aqui tem duas. Que é quando a gente retornar, a gente retorna já pegando tudo. Só vai ficar faltando um bicho, porque realmente eu não sei onde o bicho tá. Vamos começar com o mais perto aqui, que é a Marta.
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
A star, Ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again?
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all?
Até ele ver o Ultima dominando o Clive, e aí você vai ver o que o Clive é de verdade.
That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do. Go will want to know the stones were delivered.
Agora vamos pra esse local aqui que deve ser longe. Não, na verdade não é muito longe. É longe, mas não é longe. É longe, mas não é longe. Só que não tem um TP ali perto, então ferrou, né? Vamos pra lá. Daqui, acho que daqui pra lá é mais rápido do que pegar o outro TP lá. Esse é bicho pra caçar, esse daqui, ó. Vamos lá, fazer essa caçada aqui. Não é? Achei que esse cara era de caçada. Mas acho que eu me enganei. Cada vez mais semelhante a Monster Hunter. Tá tudo que eu tenho. 36 mil. Achei que aqui era caçada. Ah, isso aí até me lembrou. Tenho... Mano, tem tanto jogo pra jogar e eu não tenho tempo pra jogar todos os jogos. É foda. Eu não consegui, depois que eu peguei isso aqui, eu não consegui mais parar pra jogar o Zelda. Tem que terminar. Nada de pegar as coisas no Zelda. Tinha um Monster Hunter Rise que eu tava jogando, até o World também. Eu ainda não joguei pra valer também o Horizon. Nossa, tomei a chifrada. Falo que vou adiantar a história amanhã, mas é capaz que eu passe o dia todo jogando Stardew Valley. Você tá viciado em Stardew Valley? Eu tenho esse jogo. Joguei um tempinho, depois parei. Sem falar nos mangás que eu compro e fico deixando pra ler depois. Sempre fui. Ah, meu nível é, tipo, joguei ali uns 3 dias e depois parei. Nem Minecraft.
Will it be enough, I wonder?
É porque quando eu joguei, até onde eu joguei Stardew Valley, eu não,
My question?
eu tava ainda só no Fazenda Feliz ainda. Não tava começando a explorar ainda.
You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy.
Minha namorada tá jogando Shadow of the Colossus.
You do know you can take that with you, Toggle. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
Ela tá perguntando. Ela se lembra como que escalar a parede. Deixa eu ver. Eu vi uns vídeos já, galera, que tá avançado, que tem caverna pra você explorar e tem bicho lá. Eu não cheguei nesse nível ainda. Eu sou entusiasta de joguinhos de fazenda, então qualquer coisa semelhante, isso eu já adoro. Você jogou o Star Velha, que é da Square Enix, que junta o RPG dos Final Fantasy com o joguinho de fazenda? Que muita gente tá falando que esse é perfeito, não sei o que, e ninguém mais joga o negócio. Falaram, e cadê o povo jogando? Nenhum da galera que se diz fã tá jogando. E falaram que ia jogar esse jogo. Nunca viu? Star Stelia. Ele é tipo um Stardew Valley com um conceito do Final Fantasy RPG. Não, Ateliê Reza não. Não é isso daí não. Eu tenho aqui no Steam. Cadê? Deixa eu ver. Não é Ateliê. Eu já joguei Ateliê. Mas eu joguei Ateliê Sofia. Do Xbox 360 na época. RPG é de RPG. Mas esse Star Velha, acho que é Star. Ele é da Square Enix mesmo. E ele é focado em fazendinha. É que tá caro pra caramba, uns 200 e pouco, né? E jogo de Square Enix não dá pra você pedir coisa barata. Deixa eu ver aqui o nome. Eu deixei salvo aqui. Pra que um dia eu fosse comprar, quem sabe. Ixi, cadê? Harvestella. Esse é o nome. Harvestella. Deixa eu pegar aqui o nome. Isso mesmo, Harvestella. Muita gente ficou falando, nossa, porque esse jogo vai ser o quê? Horas. Pelo menos a galerinha que é youtuber e fã de Final Fantasy ficou enlouquecido com esse jogo, mas nunca mais vi jogando. Nunca vi, mas parece ser bem esquecível mesmo. Tem uma historinha legal, mas acho que não tem em português, né? É em inglês. É um dos motivos também que ajuda a esquecer. Um motivo, né? São poucos jogos que em inglês não te esquece e tal. Os clássicos, por exemplo. Por exemplo, aqui, o que eu tenho de fazenda? Minecraft eu já joguei pirata, nunca comprei Minecraft original. Eu tenho Stardew Valley. eu tenho Terraria, Unturned, The Rising, Valheim, que são meio que fazendinha. Não é fazendinha, mas é o mesmo conceito. Você monta a sua cidadezinha ali, né? Eu tenho um de espaço, que agora eu esqueci o nome, que é na minha pegada do Terraria, mas só que é a versão espaço. Eu não tô achando aqui o nome, eu sei que tem isso daí, né? O Stronghold também, mas é mais de castelo, tipo Siege, né? O Raft também, né? Que é mais ou menos, né? Pode considerar uma fazendinha, né? Administração do seu barco ali, né? Os Mountain Blade, que também tem esse conceito meio que fazenda. Mas Mountain Blade, aí eu falo que é pra quem é fã de jogo medieval. Mountain Blade é muito difícil. Raft é bom. Queria pegar depois. Eu comecei jogando com um amigo meu, uma versão Piratation lá, que a gente fazia. Aí eu comprei. Tava uma promoção, peguei ele baratinho. Paguei acho que 15 reais, 12 reais por aí, ó. Foi ano passado ainda. Ah, também tem o Don't Starve Together, eu tenho isso daí, que também é fazendinha também. Esse Don't Starve Together é legal. É difícil também, mas é legal. Você tem que sobreviver os dias. The Florist também, que é um pouco terror. Eu ganhei ele e nunca consegui jogar. Qual que você ganhou? Eu falei uns 10. Falei uns 10 jogos aí. Don't Starve Together. Ah, eu joguei. Mas assim, sozinho não tem graça. É que tem o Don't Starve. Depois tinha o Don't Starve Together, que era pra jogar em multiplayer. Eu nunca entendi isso, que ele lançou o jogo single, depois lançou a mesma versão do jogo, só que multiplayer. E aí você tinha que comprar outro jogo. Eu achei isso uma sacanagem do caralho. Sozinho ele é muito difícil e é muito na sorte, porque ele é um jogo de sorte. Você tem que dar sorte, porque pelo que eu entendi, algumas coisas do mapa é randômico. Então você tem que dar sorte de você nascer próximo de uns monstros que vão te ajudar a te proteger pra você durar mais tempo. É muito de sorte ali no começo. Mas estilo artístico Don't Starve. Eu gosto muito porque lembra muito. Como o nome daquele diretor? É um diretor que adora fazer filme gótico. Ele até fez os filmes antigos do Batman. Caraca, como que é o nome daquele diretor? Caramba. Não, Tarantino não. Tarantino. Caraca, é um que faz filme gótico pra caramba. Que ele fez Eduardo Mão de Tesoura, A Lenda do Cavaleiro Sem Cabeça. Isso, deixa eu ver aqui. Tim Burton. O jogo Don't Starve Together, ou Don't Starve normal, mano, você olha ali e fala, mano, é Tim Burton. Tanto que tem um personagem que você pode jogar que é parecido com o Tim Burton, é a cara do Tim Burton.
I still haven't been paid.
Ele tem umas coisas góticas, que é muito legal as coisas que ele faz. Sempre tem coisas góticas, ele gosta muito.
Get your ass beyond that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledges are square.
Right away.
Por exemplo, eu adoro o filme A Lenda do Cavaleiro Sem Cabeça dele. Ele fez A Fantástica Fábrica de Chocolate, a segunda versão. Aí você sente que tem um pezinho gótico ali.
Either out of habit, or because the filthy soul couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Os dois primeiros filmes do Batman foram ele que fez também.
Both seem to have fond memories of him.
Tarantino também é outro que eu adoro também, o filme dele.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers, give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship, which is where I met him. He bought passage to, I forget where. But having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking Island rum till the morning.
Assistindo Django Livre. Assiste depois Oito Odiados. Que é no mesmo universo, no mesmo conceito de Django Livre. Não, vê o Oito Odiados primeiro. Ele é um filme com mais história. Não tem tanta ação como Django Livre, tá? Mas é muito foda a história, mano. As conversas que tem nesse filme são as melhores. Ele é muito grande o filme, ele tem quase 3 horas. É o meu favorito.
Forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth. Was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him.
Bastardos Inglórios é muito bom também. Mas como você saiu de Django Livre, recomendo você ir pro Oito Odiados. Pode ser que você não goste. Como eu falei, ele é focado em história. Ele não é focado em... Não tem muita ação, tem pouca ação nele. Mas as conversas que tem são incríveis. Você dá risada em algumas.
Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went.
O Fiction é legal pra caralho. É muito foda. Tem uma cena clássica que virou até meme essa cena. O legal do Tarantino é que ele sempre gosta de usar os mesmos atores. Então você vai ver vários atores em filmes repetidos dele. E os atores são incríveis, cara.
You're wrong though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go.
Ai, mas essa conversa aqui tá longa. Tudo bem. Tudo bem que tem a história da família do outro e tal.
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Tava aqui toda essa história. Eu ia falar. Se você quer assistir Pulp Fiction, assiste ele. E aí depois o que eu recomendo você assistir é Kill Bill. E aí vai ter uma turma que ela é personagem principal no... Ela é uma das personagens principais do Pulp Fiction. E aí você já vê a segunda atuação dela sendo como uma personagem principal no Kill Bill, volume 1 e volume 2, que é muito foda também. Também tem cenas clássicas. A batalha na cantina. Nossa, aquela batalha é foda pra caralho. Pai Mei também. Tinha um amigo meu que ele me ensinava a tocar guitarra e ele usava a técnica Pai Mei. Pai Mei. Então, tipo, eu acho que são ordens que eu acho legal. Se você vai assistir Pulp Fiction, tem que assistir Kill Bill volume 1 e 2. Se você não assistiu, claro. Volume 1 e 2 logo em seguida. Porque os atores são os mesmos ali. Né? Principalmente o principal. Se você assistir Django Livre, eu recomendo assistir Os Oito Odiados, porque você vai sentir que é como se fosse continuação de Django, sabe? Mas com outros atores, no mesmo universo. Porque o Django, ele é legal, mas ele tem poucas conversas foda. Acho que a melhor cena do Django, assim, nas conversas, é a finalzinha ali, quando eles estão no jantar. Aquela cena ali tem muita conversa foda. E aí você fica falando, podia ter mais conversa naquele naipe ali. E aí o Oito Odiados te traz um filme com muita conversa naquele naipe. E eu falo que as conversas são tão boas quanto aquela conversa do jantar ali. Sim. Só que pensa um filme que tem umas conversas que você fica mesmo tipo assim, caralho. Você fica, tipo, pelo menos, eu que não sou muito fã de filmes com muita história, eu gosto um pouco mais de ação. Oito Odiados acabou se tornando meu filme favorito. Eu acho que eu já perdi a conta de quantas vezes eu já vi esse filme. Acho que mais de 15, 20 vezes esse filme. Sempre quando tá passando eu paro pra assistir esse filme. Então a gente seria Django Livre, Oito Odiados. Daí tem o Fiction. Aí tem Bastardos Inglórios, que também é muito bom. Que aí eu também recomendaria ver logo depois dos Oito Odiados. Acho que ficaria legal. E por último... Não, na verdade por último não. Você veja, pode ver. É que você viu de Django Livre, eu aconselharia você ver, porque vai estar muita coisa fresca na sua cabeça, a questão de Velho Oeste e tal. E como Oito Odiados também se passa no Velho Oeste, eu recomendaria. Mas eu recomendaria você ter assistido Bastardos Inglórios antes de Django Livre. Aí Django Livre, Oito Odiados, e logo depois de Oito Odiados você assistir Era Uma Vez em Hollywood. Porque Era Uma Vez em Hollywood deu muito o que falar, por quê? Ele não tem quase nada de ação. Ele é na pegada do Oito Odiados. Oito Odiados também não tem bem mais ação do que o Era Uma Vez em Hollywood, mas as conversas dos dois são muito boas. Só que um é no Velho Oeste e o outro é na época aí, década de 70, 80 mais ou menos, né? E em contrapartida, para você entender melhor o quão delicado é o tema desse filme, Era Uma Vez em Hollywood, eu aconselho você assistir algum documentário sobre a Sharon Tate. O que aconteceu com ela, todos esses negócios. Que aí quando você assiste o primeiro documentário, vai dar spoiler do filme. Mas você percebe o quanto o Tarantino é incrível. Porque o tema Sharon Tate é um tema tão delicado, porque envolve um acontecimento muito pesado, né? E teve filmes que tentou fazer isso daí e estraga, não dão o brilho que a Sharon Tate precisa. E nesse filme, ela tá incrível, sabe? É muito foda. Só tem uma cena de ação ali, um ponto ali, o negócio, e lá no final que tem a cena que todo mundo gosta de ação. Que é bem Tarantino mesmo. Mas a grande maioria do filme é conversa. Mas é legal o jeito que ele trata a Sharon Tate. Ainda mais quando você descobre o que aconteceu. Isso aconteceu de verdade, não? Quer dizer, o filme ele inventa algumas coisas, mas o que aconteceu com ela, se você pegar o documentário pra ver, você fala, mano, ele respeitou a memória da Sharon Tate. E o Tarantino falou que só vai fazer mais um filme. Vai ser o último filme dele. Ainda não falou como que vai ser, ele tá pensando. Que a ideia dele, ele queria fazer acho que 6 ou 7 filmes. E aí iria se aposentar. E o Era Uma Vez em Hollywood foi o penúltimo filme dele.
Sorry for the wait, but hopefully you'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword then?
I did better than that.
A whetstone?
Yes, but not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the Curse Breakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade that rattled me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the Curse Breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valisthian steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy, nah. I'll make something much better.
I'm sure the Curse Breakers will be delighted. Just don't push yourself too hard.
Don't you worry about me, sunshine. I've been working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here when you're long gone. Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one, August too. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
He'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
Right?
Liberei mais espadas. Essa missão aqui eu tava imaginando que ia liberar mais espadas, provavelmente. Vamos ver aqui se eu já posso pegar alguma espada. Esquema Excalibur. Nossa. Projetos Excalibur desbloqueado. Deve ser caro pra caralho pra conseguir vencer Excalibur. Mas vamos ver. O que eu preciso pra até conseguir esse Excalibur.
What do you need? What's something for you, dear?
Não tem, como eu imaginei. Ah, não é tão forte assim não. Achei que ia ser mais forte. 18,30. Mas dá pra fazer outras coisas além disso?
Anything else?
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
You could say that.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after, I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
You can, eh? I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was just on my way to see him.
Ah, Clive. Were you able to locate your quarry?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah,
Jeez.
but that reminds me.
Cara.
After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents.
Hum.
Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought, but one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone, and while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Oh, he's more than an ally. He's a friend.
Ah, então o Turgle não é exclusivo da Shiva. Como ele foi criado pelo Fênix, criado pela Shiva, criado por Ramu, criado por Ifrit, ele tem o poder de todos eles juntos. E como eu matei Garuda, matei o gigante Titã, também ele absorveu esses poderes. Quanto mais dominante eu matar e absorver o poder, mais o Turgo fica forte. E o Turgo é assim como o Clive, ele consegue absorver um pouco do poder dos dominantes. E aí vai deixando ele um cão poderoso. Deixa eu ver. Aumenta levemente o ataque de Turgo. Ah, mas é que aumenta o ataque, não faz ele ficar atacando. Daí que a gente vem um negócio que eu sempre vejo aqui, ó. Cadê? Atributo. Quando você aperta aqui, sem o atributo do Turgo aqui, ó. Vem disso daqui. Mas será que ainda vai acontecer o que eu tava pensando? Que o Turgo vai morrer nessa história? Se sacrificar pra salvar o Clive? Tá mais propenso a isso acontecer. Ele tá ficando muito importante. Como é que você faz a galera chorar? Mata o cachorro do personagem que você vai fazer todo mundo chorar. Qual é o próximo item que vem aqui? Cálice do City. Por mais que seja chato isso daí, tem uma certa tendência. Tá, eu preciso caçar esse bicho antes de avançar a história. Na verdade, eu queria fazer essas caçadas. Preciso fazer essas caçadas que elas dão muita XP. Ah, liberei mais coisa aqui, ó.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot. All yours.
Só isso.
Come again. I may have more for you.
Ai, vamos ver. Apertei errado, mas ok aqui. Local. Amoringa. Sunbreak. Amoringa, mano. Caraca, Amoringa. Que lugar é esse, mano? Sunbreak. Sunbreak Midoriya. Vamos começar aqui. Vamos viajar pra cá. E aí a gente olha no mapa detalhado que eu acho que mostra. Moringa. Deixa eu ver aqui. Grande Palácio Prado Glorioso. Olho Sagrado. Ninho do Dragão. Tá, então aqui não é. Vamos pra cá, vamos ver daqui. Fardos coloniais. Colina. Ala Perdida. Aqui é onde eu parei. Será que é o Ninho do Dragão? Vamos vir pra cá e sair para outro parte do mapa. Jogou pro mapa mundi. Hum. Qual que é o nome do bicho? Bomba. Eu vou procurar aqui porque eu realmente não sei onde que eu vou achar esse bicho. Deixa eu ver aqui. Bom. Deixa eu ver se tem algum lugar. Nossa, que som do caramba. Pronto. Ah, no ninho do dragão. E aí eu tenho que ir. Caralho. Tá falando que é pra cá. Então aqui eu não liberei essa parte aqui, então é pra cá. Vamos pra lá, vamos ver o que tem pra lá.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Ives, dragão. Fugir dele. É aqui. Pronto, é aqui. Salão Celeste. Ah, Moringa é do outro lado lá. Pra cá, Moringa. Nossa, eu não queria. Tipo, na verdade eu iria se eu fosse mais atento e resolvesse explorar todo o mapa. Mas não ia saber que era aqui. Ali o bicho. Caçar ele. Vamos lá, meu filho.
Your Majesty. Let's try.
Au! Derrotou ameaça notória. Dá um nível? Porra, podia dar um nível ali. Brasa de bomba.
Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. I should probably have brought a bucket. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it.
Beleza. Deixa eu ver se esse local é um local que eu tô pensando que é. Isso. Aqui é um lugar bom pra você farmar poção. Acho que era isso. Pronto. Vamos para. E vamos avançar na história também. Tenha terminado as sidequests. Não sei, vamos ver, né? Entregar aqui o item. E a gente já volta aqui e fala com o outro.
All right there, Sid? How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
Esse negocinho.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the alembic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise. Right then. Let's get this contraption up and running.
Fazendo café. Algum tempo depois.
There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Since the man who cut down a burning
Ah não, ele tá fazendo café, tá fazendo cachaça. Alambique, tá?
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that, huh?
What kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest lever supple as anything. We might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. But I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Well, it can't hurt to try.
Você quer aumentar as poções? Acho que não.
Leave it with me.
Vai dar um novo tipo de poção, provavelmente. Tem que aumentar-se poção e super poção.
Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like
Como eu
that.
falei, as sidequests, a grande maioria é uma porcaria, mas tem uma outra que te dá alguns itens bons. Subir de nível. Subir. 35. Bolsa de poção tratada. Inventário aumentado. Ah, isso daí que eu quero, olha. Poções passam de 5 para 6. Super poção passa para 4. Tônico e negócio que eu quase nunca uso vai para 3. Isso que eu tô falando. Aumentar essas poções, que é dose, mano. Olha, 6 poções. Beleza, vamos dar um save aqui, porque isso daqui avançou bastante. A side quest, então, isso que é foda a side quest, como eu falei. Tem muita side quest que é uma porcaria. Você dá vontade de você não fazer. Mas tem aquele 1% de side quest que te dá uma coisa boa. Que aí você não sabe quando que vai ser isso aí. Por exemplo, liberou o negócio da Excalibur. Né? Não sei o quão foda essa arma é. Provavelmente não é a última weapon, porque Final Fantasy, a arma mais forte de todo Final Fantasy é a última weapon. Vamos lá, vamos conversar e avançar um pouco a história.
Alright, Clive. Asterix. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
Ela foi pra lá.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Times helped?
Obelith, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry and all, are ya? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding haste. And you're here now.
Thank you, Obelith.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, uncle?
Meu querido sobrinho, minha jornada por Canver foi um completo sucesso. O amigo que eu havia mencionado não apenas concordou em compartilhar o conteúdo da caixa forte dele conosco, como também os acontecimentos nas cidades livres. E assim eu soube dos esforços de uma certa jovem amiga sua, embora eu acredite que o projeto da senhorita Telamon seja a valiosa Enterprise. Entendi. Duvido que as autoridades canverianas aceitem gentilmente o uso não autorizado de seus estaleiros. Não importa o quão desertos sejam. Ah, se o boato já chegou ao meu amigo, pode ser que não demore muito para que mestres das guildas batam em nossa porta. E por isso que lhe escrevo este bilhete. Gostaria de pegar emprestado seu amigo Gav por 1 ou 2 luas, para que ele possa ficar de olho naqueles que podem fazer mal à nossa pequena irmandade e nos avisar de qualquer ataque iminente. Espero que você consiga esta proposta. Espero que você considere essa proposta. Beleza. Gav.
Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
Não entendi, seu Ever.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Got to admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in and all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least.
Então, essa quest aqui agora é a que vai dar, acho que, os poderes da Jill pra gente. Chuto eu, porque... Chuto eu. Finalmente eles vão confirmar o sentimento dos dois. Será? Legado de Cid. Ah, mas a Jill não tá aqui, então não é. Achei que era. Isso não é explicado não, viu? Eu acho que eles não vão voltar pro antigo esconderijo porque o Titã destruiu o esconderijo deles. O Titã acabou com o esconderijo deles. Muita gente morreu. O Gavi perdeu o olho nesse ataque. E aí, procurando, eles acharam. Não explica como que eles acharam o barco.
I remember what you told me. But if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The Blight marches on. And soon, there'll be no escaping sights like these.
So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, no.
Nossa.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot.
Esse Guts, ele me lembra um personagem do Final Fantasy Online.
There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklab markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goot.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bucklad.
Coitado.
Get off! Me fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav,
Already on my way, Captain.
be careful.
Aren't I always?
Já te salvei. Uma vez. Cada um vai tomar determinados caminhos. Será que é...
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
Aí toca aquela música do Velozes e Furiosos. Será que é agora que vai ter o negócio do Clive e do Jill? Vamos lá. Toda cena que tem alguém se separando tem que tocar essa música agora. Dalmécia Oriental. Adiante. Vamos lá.
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?
Essa porta aqui tá fechada, né? Tá.
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
Aí tem muita coisa pra criticar nesse jogo em questão gráfica. Mas se uma das coisas que não dá pra criticar nesse jogo é pedra. Cara, as pedras nesse jogo estão muito bonitas. Não tão tão realista quanto a Unreal 5 consegue fazer lá com os Nanite. Mas tá muito bonito essas pedras. As partículas de fogo, essas coisas elementais também tá bom. Outra coisa também que ficou muito legal. É coisa de Final Fantasy, né? Final Fantasy, desde o Final Fantasy XIV, parece que eles querem investir em partículas. Principalmente das magias. Quanto às florestas, eu não achei tão bonito as florestas, mas o deserto ficou muito bonito, velho. Essas pedras, sim, fica muito foda. Eu acho que do Final Fantasy VII o Rebirth vai estar melhor. as florestas. As florestas, no caso. Espero eu. Eles ainda vão usar um Real 4, né? Podiam fazer no 5, na 5, mas...
So what do you think? That we'd be lucky to make it out alive.
Vamos ver o que foi.
Really? It's as bad as that?
Oh, aye. There's trouble up ahead. And too much of it for us to handle.
I take it there's danger on the road.
Oh, what about this fearsome-looking fellow? You think he'd be equal to the task?
Oh, no doubt. Assuming he's willing to hear us out. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant's missing cart. You seen it by any chance?
How does a merchant misplace his cart?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come a-snarling, he ran, leaving his livelihood abandoned in the pass.
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone. Now, I'm not much of a thinker. I know the work of thieves when I see it.
My brother's right on all accounts. And by my estimation, the bastards are lying in wait just down the road.
Eles são safados.
We've seen our share of action, true, but we've not got the skill in arms to boldly brave an ambush.
You, however, have the look of a man who needn't fear a band of backwater ruffians. What do you say? Will you help us out? Chances are they'll come for you either way. But if you promise to lend us a hand, at least you'll pocket a reward for your troubles.
Well, if I'm going to have to deal with them anyway.
You've clearly got a fine head on those broad shoulders.
We're lucky you came along. Now, hoping to make a heavy purse in Boklad, our merchant friend loaded his cart with as much as it would carry. Reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods. So, while you're seeing to those bandits, you keep your eyes open.
All right. Just don't expect me to drag the cart out of there myself.
No. You can leave the cart to us. You just put an end to those
eu mato os bichos, posso morrer. E eles vão lá e levam a carroça. E levam todo o crédito. É, Clive, o homem do pecado. Faz tudo.
I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take care.
Look lively, you lot. You've got guests.
These must be our bandits.
Nossa, na hora que eu usar a habilidade. De novo. Mano, eu não consigo desviar dois seguidos. Não tô enxergando. Mano, foca no bicho ali que tá. Nossa, que raiva essa câmera desse jogo, meu Deus. Tá foda ficar enfrentando 5 inimigos ao mesmo tempo. Toma.
That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart? Getting all of this out of here will be a nightmare.
Seems we found ourselves the right man for the job, wouldn't you say?
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing. Our merchant friend will be delighted.
And how exactly will he be getting his goods out of here?
You leave that to us. After all, it'd be wrong to make such a fine warrior haul cabbages to market.
You've done your part. And that's all you need to worry about. Here.
Sei não se são bonzinhos.
It's been a pleasure. Now piss off.
There's no need to be so rude, brother. What if we want his help again next time?
Não me cheira boa coisa esses dois, mas temos objetivos maiores.
I see the Dalmex lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold at least. The path continues on the other side.
Esse aqui é bicho. Sabe? Não tem nada aqui nesse lugar. Eu passei aqui simplesmente. Não dá pra descer. Vamos ver. Bonito o local, é? As cachoeiras, é? Último pecado.
So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls.
Or so the legend goes.
Ah,
If anyone
tá.
manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominants and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominants and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
Tem algo de errado. É quando a gente vê tal Joshua. Enquanto isso, aí acho que é o lugar do Joshua. Vamos ver o que aconteceu. Novo Capitulo Sagrado. Câmara de audiência.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sanbreque.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it, and I can think of none better suited to the task.
Essa menina.
There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then, Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greeker, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Father. I find you much changed. Is truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sambrek, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
Eita. O irmão era só uma baforada transformada em Icon. Não precisava nem transformar no Icon, né? Naquela transformação semi-Icon. Não precisa não. No pai dá uma bicuda. Na criança já dá cabeçada. Pra dar aquela acordada. E na mulher não se bate, né? Então... É bom sempre ter uma guerreira muito poderosa pra ir lá e bater na mulher. Pronto, problema resolvido. Nem transformar precisava. Ixi. Falei, dá uma bicuda no pai, a cabeçada na criança e chama a sua melhor soldada pra decapitar a mulher. Isso vai dar uma merda. Ah, merda, você vai ver, isso vai dar merda. Mas deixa eu fazer um negócio aqui, rapidão. Pronto. Acho que está resolvida. Eu não sei, eu tô na dúvida ainda quem será o próximo Eikon que eu vou enfrentar, se é o Bahamut ou o Odin. Né?
Infiltrating the Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do.
Mas parando pra pensar, eu acho que é o Bahamut que eu vou enfrentar. Ó, a gente tá aqui, ó. A gente tá vendo esse local aqui, né? Que eu já olhei isso aqui, eu achei muito estranho. Então a gente vai pra cá. E aqui é que tá o Império. Então vai ser o Bahamut. Por último, a gente vai enfrentar o Odin. Só que eu acho que no caminho pro Bahamut, a Jill vai dar o poder da Shiva pra gente. É foda quando você não consegue enxergar o bicho. Mano, se segunda. Não, usei a habilidade errada. Mano, 6 de AP. Esse jogo aqui... Eu não entendo esse jogo. Ah, porra de um bicho desse, chato pra caramba. Pra enfrentar, eles só me dão 6 de AP. Tinha que ser pelo menos 200 de AP. Eu sinto que às vezes esse jogo tá muito desbalanceado. Eu tenho que ir pro outro lado, só vou pegar o item aqui. Caraca, eu dei tudo isso pra pegar 10 kills. Vamos ver o que tá acontecendo.
If the siege breaks, they'll need more than this to stop the Imperial legions marching on the capital.
É, mas tem um baú aqui, ó. Vamos embora.
Come on. Faster.
Não sei se é impressão minha, mas parece que esse Chocobo não corre quase nada. Eu lembro que no Final Fantasy VII tinha aquele turbo do Chocobo que ele corria caçaça aberta, abaixava bem a cabeça pra correr.
More refugees.
And they're all making for the crystalline dominion.
Because they don't know how to live without the crystal's blessing.
Caraca.
No need to ride from here.
Olha o rato borrachudo.
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
What do you think, girl?
Vamos ver aqui o que tem aqui nessa loja. Ai. Espada ruim. Pegar a poção.
A fine choice. May Gilbert smile upon you.
Deixa eu ver aqui. Tirei que aqui é coisa de Chocobo. Eu tenho certeza que vai ter side quest aqui, mano. E o príncipe lá só falou aquele negócio do último por causa que o Joshua contou pra ele sobre o último. Eu tô na dessa. O que vão fazer com ele pra ele poder atacar a gente? Será que ele vai seguir o imperador cegamente? Será que a gente vai matar o Bahamut, será? Ou ele vai meio que a gente vai dar uma porrada bem violenta nele e ele vai desistir?
measly crust of bread.
You won't find any cheaper. Not nowadays. But you're more than welcome to look.
The Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the Crystalline Dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
It looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
And they're checking everyone.
Can't you make an exception? Not for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go and find Good, shall we? He must be around here somewhere.
Encontre Goods.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
Eu não quero ser cancelado, mas o Guts tem um certo probleminha, né? Ele é meio... dentro das ideias.
Clive, I'm so sorry. Don't tell Nan, will you?
Slow down, Goods. Just tell us what happened.
It's me trader's pass. It's gone. We cannot ride the caravan without it. We won't even be able to get through the flipping checkpoint.
Do you remember when you last saw it?
It was in my pocket a minute ago. Then a bairn bumped into me and... Here. You don't think that they might have nicked it, do you?
It wouldn't surprise me. A busy market like this is prime territory for pickpockets.
So, to get the pass back, we need to find this child. Where would we even start?
Ele, eu tô falando dele, que ele é meio... sabe, meio lento, sabe? Nos pensamentos.
Where do we find her?
She's the owner of the Crimson Caravans, up that way. Sign's got a red chocobo on it.
Ah, o chocobo vermelho na placa eu já vi, já.
You two go on ahead. I'm gonna check the rest of my stuff, make sure no one else is missing.
All right. We'll meet you there.
Let's keep an eye out for this red chocobo then.
Por isso que é a dica que eu dou. Qualquer pessoa que trombar com você, criança, já dá uma muquetada. Porque a criança vai estar roubando você. Aí já pensou, mano? A criança tá andando de patins, se tromba com você, dá uma muquetada na criança, acha que ela roubou você. Ela só escorregou e caiu perto de você.
Looking to hire a coach? It's 10 million for a two-birder to the Crystalline Dominion. Take it or leave it.
Oh, we're not here for that.
Then I bid you good day.
Wait! Don't go, El! He's me mate.
As I live and breathe. Goots, what are you doing back in Bocklad? I gather Lady Karen didn't send you.
A criança dá uns 3 giros no ar, igual o filme do Jack Chan.
So what trouble have you got yourself into this time?
A rasteirinha.
It's me
Rasteira saudável.
It got stolen. By a little bairn.
Of all the... You're the size of a marble. Honestly. Ugh. Goots told us that you know the markets well. Might you have an idea which little bairn could have done this?
We don't intend to punish them. We just need our pass back. Then, we can be on our way. Side
quest, acha de linguiça.
So neither of you has a trader's pass either. Not that anyone would take you for traders. But I suppose that's why you came to me, correct? Now, I can't say for sure who took your pass, but I suspect I know why they did it. Let me explain.
Vamos lá, side quest. Ou quest principal enroladora. Não é que claro que eu não tô falando pra você sair agredindo crianças no meio da rua. Só as que trombarem com você perto de algum comércio grande, tipo na 25 de março. Aí você pode... O problema é que se você faz isso uma criança, vem todo mundo querendo defender a criança, então. Como o choque de cultura fala.
Leading some to seek to acquire them by less than legitimate means. So the children are stealing passes to sell on the black market? Yes and no. Passes are inscribed with the names of their owners, and yet none of the victims' names have appeared on the register of those passing through the checkpoint.
Which means?
That someone is doctoring the stolen passes. The same someone who is encouraging the children to steal them. And the same someone who has Goots's pass, no doubt. Whoever they are, they're ruining the livelihoods of honest merchants, which is why we've decided to take a stand. Will you stand with us? You want to get your pass back, and we want to ensure that no more are stolen. Catch whoever's behind it all, and two birds shall be slain with a single stone.
Is there any other way of getting to the Crystalline Dominion goods?
They won't let you in if you're not with the caravan. It's that, I don't know, try swimming across the strait. But the guards will definitely spot you if you try and do that. Like, we don't want to get spotted, right?
So either we find the people who took the pass, or give up all hope of entering the Dominion.
All right.
Não.
Thank you kindly.
Isso vai dar umas 3 quests da história e umas 7 quests secundárias.
Clive.
A pleasure doing business with you, Clive.
Ela vai me dar algum pingente que vai todo mundo me obedecer. Padrão. Falei? Pelo.
The proprietor of the furniture makers by the coach stop is spearheading the search. Wear that, and he will know you for a friend.
Isso é um padrão na história, nas quests desse jogo. Por isso que eu falo que eu ainda acho que esse jogo não ganha o melhor jogo do ano. As batalhas de Aikon são bonitas, mas são pontuais e tem muita coisa chata. Até uma batalha pra outra. Até porque também se fosse só as batalhas de Aikon, o jogo ia acabar rapidinho. A gameplay é razoável. Eu prefiro muito mais Devil May Cry do que isso daqui. Porque Devil May Cry você pode fazer muito combo legal. Eu não curto muito os combos desse jogo. Tanto que eu não faço muito combo nesse jogo. A história tá boa. Mas não vou mentir. As side quests e essas quests de enrolação. Injeção de linguiça. Porque, mano, poderia ser qualquer outra coisa. Agora eu vou ter que vir aqui conversar com o personagem pra tentar descobrir uma maneira de sair. Foi exatamente quando a gente chegou naquela cidade de deserto lá. Que eu teve que conhecer o menino pra poder passar lá. É a mesma coisa, sabe? Tipo, repetiram a quest. Só que aí colocaram que alguém simplesmente roubou o Goods. No outro lá, simplesmente o cara não confiava na gente. Teve que fazer algumas quests pra poder ele confiar na gente. É isso daí que vai... Aí você olha pra Zelda não tem isso. Isso que eu falo, vai ser difícil. O único que vai tirar o God do Zelda é o Starfield. Final Fantasy não vai tirar. Só porque é bonito. Esse jogo tem muitos outros problemas. Nem o 7, que é foda pra caralho, conseguiu ser indicado melhor do ano.
Thank you. We will.
Simplesmente eu não vou atrás de cada criança e encosto a faca no pescoço delas e falo, ó, me fala quem roubou, ou eu corto a mão ou corto o pé. Você que escolhe.
Can I interest you? Ah, sorry. Message from Eloise, is it?
She's asked me to help her. To help you find the pickpockets.
Is that so? Suppose I better tell you what I know then. For one, this isn't a family operation. All the traders say the children who stole their passes were dirty, dressed in rags. Street urchins, by the sound of it. We get a lot around here.
Orphans from the wars.
A few, perhaps. You saw the refugees gathered by the entranceway? They're all looking for a new start in the Dominion and beyond. Some of them take it as an opportunity to rid themselves of unwanted baggage.
The shame of it.
Whoever's behind this would have to have made themselves known to the children at some point.
And so should we.
We should start with the children around here, then. I doubt they're the ones involved, but they might have heard something.
It's worth a try.
All right, then. Questioning children.
Outra maneira para resolver isso daqui, eu poderia me transformar num Akon a uns 2 km daqui e sair correndo, dava um super pulo, igual ele consegue dar os pulos dele, e voltava normal, carregando a Jill no braço ali. A Jill no braço, o Turgon no outro.
Excuse me, do you mind if I ask you something?
Can't stop you.
I was just wondering if anyone has asked you to do anything out of the ordinary recently.
Anything you grown-ups ever ask us to do is shut up and go away. So guess what I'm about to tell you to do?
Sorry. I'll leave you alone.
Nossa, que criança mal educada. É só mostrar a espada assim, ó, no pescocinho. O que você falou, menina? Repete aí. Ou melhor, pega o Turgo e manda ele meio que dar uma mordidinha na mão da criança. Aquela mordidinha saudável. Caralho, olha a voz do moleque, mano. Tem uns 30 anos. Esse cast de voz aí tá errado, né?
No, you get in trouble for it. So if they come calling, you know what to tell them.
Caralho, a voz da criança, mano. Bicho carrancudo.
Excuse me?
What do you want? I don't have any money.
It's all right. We're not going to hurt you. We just want to talk.
What about?
We've heard that some very bad people are making children like you steal from travelers. We need to know who's behind it so we can stop them.
I don't know much about it, really. But my friend, Honza, he said he got a job doing something dangerous.
Sounds promising.
We need to find him and ask.
Do you know where your friend might be?
He's usually by the tents outside town.
Thank you. You've been very helpful.
Caraca, ele tá longe pra caramba, criança.
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
That's that then.
She must have meant the refugee camp.
Let's hope he's still nearby.
Daddy! I'm hungry.
Ali a criança. Moça, eu já tiraria a espada.
Big fat donkey was easy pickings. He wouldn't have noticed if we robbed his boots off him.
Yeah. Wish we hadn't handed over the pass, though. Could use one of those things to get out of this dump.
Chance would be a fine thing. The moment they found out, they'd string us up by our guts.
Would they now? Perhaps you'd like to introduce us to these charming characters.
Shit, we're in trouble now. What do we do?
You two get caught if you want. I'm off.
Hunter, where are you going?
So that was Hunter, eh? Jill, you watch these two. I'm going after him.
All right.
Ai, deixa eu usar a espada. É só cortar a canela dele.
He can't have gone far. I need to find him before his employers do.
Cortar a canelinha dele.
Did you see a boy run past? He stole something from a friend of mine.
There was a boy ran back there towards the chocobo pen, but...
Thank you.
Acho que tá acumulado com todo mundo aqui. Deixa eu usar a espada aqui, ó. Eu vou esfaqueando o feno.
Shit. Cornered.
É, não tá cercado.
It's all right, Hunter. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to ask you some questions.
Fine. Not like I've got a choice.
I'm looking for the people who are making you steal for them. Who are they?
Call themselves the Carstones. They said they'd give me good gill if I did what they told me. I knew they were bad, but bread doesn't come for free. Didn't come at all half the time, before I started buzzing for them. You know, if I didn't do it, they'd just pick on someone else. Someone they could push around easier.
Hunter.
You found him then?
Jill. Where are the other two?
Eloise is watching over them. She sent Goots and I to look for you.
You're... him! I haven't got your pass anymore, if that's what you're after. I gave it to the Carstones. Whatever you do to me, I can't get it back. Not that I go against them anyway. If it weren't for their gill, me and my mates would have starved.
Vai chegar alguém pra encher o saco.
Cowards. You will not force another child to do your bidding.
Wait, we're not...
Don't hurt him.
You're making a mistake. We're on the same side.
Like hell we are. That brooch. Where did you get it?
Master Theo?
Goots. What are you doing with these people? Unless you're the ones my sister was talking about.
Your sister?
Nossa. Clive, você podia ter dado um chute nele, pelo menos, sabe?
Eloise didn't tell us she had a brother.
And why would she? I'm just her back and a blade. Theodore, at your service. Sorry about before.
Theodore, what do you know of the cast stones?
Vultures who have made Boklad their hunting ground. They prey on the desperate, stealing from those with gil and bullying those without it into joining their flock. I'd been looking into their activities in hope of sparing the refugees any further hardship. But it seems they've already stooped even lower than I'd feared. Hansa's a good lad. Don't blame him for what they've made him do. If he and his friends hadn't agreed to work for the stones, some other poor souls would have. On pain of death, most likely. Clive, was it? And my sisters asked you to help put an end to the pickpocketing. Then we all want the same thing.
Foi o que ele tentou falar no começo, mas você é apressado. Bicho burro da porra. Eu vim puxar a espada. Se eu fosse o Clive, eu já tinha dado cada uma mãozinha já nessa brincadeira aí.
So, what's the plan?
What else? We find the cast stones and we crush them. You get your trader's pass back, and I make Boklad a safe place again.
All right then.
All right then.
Não tem mais plano nenhum, quer ver?
Honza, where are they camped? Don't worry. They'll never know you told us.
Couldn't if I wanted to. They always come to town to collect the passes. Meet us outside the gate. I tried following them once, but they spotted me halfway down the trail. Said they'd string me up.
We'll try it this time. Which way were they going?
Back down the road towards Leighton's Cleft.
To Leighton's Cleft, then.
Vamos lá, né? A side quest da side quest. Dentro da quest. Vamos salvar o dia aqui. Você lembra quando eu lembrei que você falou uma vez daquele vídeo, mostrando, ó, enquanto o Link tá fazendo aquelas merda, ó, o Ganondorf dançando lá no subsolo? É a mesma coisa, o Ultima tá lá dançando enquanto a gente tá aqui fazendo quest pra poder pegar a carteira. Só que em vez de Dali Zelda Dali, é Dali Clive Dali. Aqui tá que pariu, velho. O Ultima deve tá fazendo exercício, falando, mano, quando é que esses caras vão... Quando é que o Clive vai resolver terminar a história? Tá cuidando dessa porra aí? Você é um dominante do fogo. Domine todo mundo com fogo. Faça jus a seu nome. E o pior é que se a gente pensar assim, sim, realmente ele escreveu. Todo Final Fantasy lança um livro chamado Ultimania. É muito foda esses livros. É bem difícil você conseguir achar esses livros. E você só acha eles no máximo em inglês, e alguns nem tem inglês. E é Ultimania de cada jogo que eles lançam. Que tem um compilado de coisas que não foi pro jogo oficial e tal. E o nome do livro é Ultimania. Então provavelmente o Ultima tá escrevendo o Ultimania desse jogo. É muito foda, eu queria muito o Ultimania do Final Fantasy VII Remake. É muito foda. Só que é caro, é uns 300 contos a porra desse livro. E ele vai estar todo em inglês. Às vezes nem em inglês, tá tudo em japonês, que é o pior. O Ultimania do Final Fantasy VIII também é legal, do Final Fantasy VI também é legal pra caramba. Eu já vi as páginas. Matar esses maguinhos chato. Stay down. Stay down.
More foot soldiers.
Fewer now.
Vamos lá. Tem umas poçãozinhas aqui de cura, né? Não tem que gastar as minhas. Assim também, como por exemplo, também tem o do Zelda. São 3 livros do Zelda. Eu tenho só o primeiro. Mas Ultimania é um pra cada jogo. Quando eles lançam um jogo Final Fantasy, eles lançam Ultimania. Por isso que eu fiquei surpreso quando o vilão, provavelmente o vilão desse jogo, seja o Ultima. Eu falei, nossa, que nome curioso pra eles darem pro esse personagem.
They don't deserve any mercy, Clive.
I wasn't planning on showing them any.
We're ready when you are, Theodore.
Oh, I'm ready.
Primeiro porque o Ultima é o nome de uma magia muito poderosa. É uma das magias mais poderosas que tem. Se não a mais poderosa, depois só perde pra Summon, claro, né? Aí tem que fazer. Summon é Summon, né? Mas o Ultima é uma magia extremamente poderosa. E o próprio nome, Ultimania, também, que vem de índice, né? As últimas informações sobre o jogo. Mano, eu esquivei e mesmo assim veio. Ai, que bosta, viu? Nossa, que foi isso? O bicho engoliu a própria saliva na hora de morrer? Que foi isso, velho? Eu dei uma porrada nele e eu quebrei a garganta dele, ele começou a engasgar com a própria saliva. Bagulho maluco, mano.
And they say crime doesn't pay. Gold chains, rings, purses. And traders' passes. Dozens of them.
Sabe quando você dá um soco aqui no pescoço, né? Meio aqui? Isso engasgou. Eu fraturei aqui o pescoço, aí começou a sangrar e ele engasgou com o próprio sangue.
We should go and give Eloise the good news. Can we leave things here in your hands, Theodore?
Of course.
Isso me lembrou uma cena de um desenho. Aquele desenho dos heróis. Tá tirando catarro da garganta. Na base do soco. É, sim. A atuação do cast. O cast de dublagem desse jogo tá incrível. Menino com voz de 40. O Cid parecendo aquela. Isso é um meme antigo, da véia da Tapa na Pantera. Não sei se você já ouviu falar. É um meme muito antigo. Assim, meme de 2009. Tipo, eu sei que pra mim 2009 não é coisa antiga, mas é antigo pra galera. Mais de 10 anos, né? Então, tipo assim, meme de 2009 do Tapa na Pantera, que a mulher tinha uma voz rouca do caramba. Quando eu vi o Cid falando pela primeira vez, eu falei, meu Deus do céu, deu um tapa na Pantera. Aquele fumante bem rigoroso. E aí, agora? Criança ali, agora o cara aí. Fazendo toda essa agonia de engasgar. Derby azul ainda. Porra, quando eu era mais novo, tinha uma tia minha que ela fumava e eu tinha que ir lá e comprar derby azul pra ela. Ela mandava eu ir lá eu ia comprar pão, falava, compra pão e um maço de derby azul. Nossa, se eu comprasse outro derby, eu ia ficar bravo. Porra, pra você ver como não era proibido, criança. Era, tipo, eu tinha uns 14, 15, 13, 14 anos de idade comprando derby. E eles vendiam. O cara podia se ferrar pra cadeia hoje em dia. Cigarro pra menor de idade. Era outros tempos, cara. Pega ali 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004.
The bandits pulling their strings, and the passes they were stealing. I only hope yours is among the items you recovered. Only time and Theo's return will tell.
Daquela famosa. Oh, me vi 20 pãezinhos e um maço de derby azul.
You are too kind, Eloise. Here, Clive. Goods' pass. Ask him to keep a closer eye on it from now on, would you?
I will. Thank you.
Elle, I've asked our boys to carry the rest of the goods back. Can I count on your help in sorting through it all?
Of course. I'll make some space in the storeroom. I expect you'll soon be on your way then. But it wouldn't do to leave without introducing yourself properly. Would it now? Sid. Don't look so shocked. We're on the same side.
I don't understand.
As you now know all too well, we at the Crimson Caravans are always happy to help those in need. For a small fee, we will move anything that needs moving. Be that goods to market, or bearers away from it.
I was the first my sister helped escape. If it wasn't for her, I'd have been branded as a boy.
I had no idea.
It just so happens that we are seeking to expand our operation. And who better to join forces with than the leader in the field? Wouldn't you agree, Theo?
I would. It seems our purpose is the same in more ways than one.
Aí quando terminar as quests aqui, já vai aparecer a side quest.
It would be our pleasure.
And our honor. The honor is ours.
Dear Clive, this is for you.
Agora o selo dele.
What is it?
Elle has friends in high places while I have associates in lower.
Tá vendo? É padrão.
That mark is proof that you're a friend.
Aí você vai chegar lá, vai dar problema. Se não for a cidade do foco onde tá o Bahamut, vai dar problema. Eu vou ter que ajudar a galera lá.
Well, all that remains is to wish you a safe onward journey.
É isso que eu falo. Esse tipo de coisa. Assassin's Creed fazia isso em 2009. Vários outros jogos faziam isso. Watch Dogs já fez isso. Acho que até Crysis já deve ter feito. Não, Crysis era de tiro, não é focado nisso. Mano, GTA já fazia isso. Por isso que eu falo assim, tipo, mano. As sidequests poderiam ser um pouco mais trabalhadas. Pode ter sidequest que você tem que pegar um item lá, ajudar a galera. Mas, mano, não é toda hora. Se não me engano, isso daqui que tá acontecendo, que eu fiz aqui nessa cidade, que provavelmente assim que eu terminar essa quest aqui, vai gerar sidequest. Eu já fiz umas 3 ou 4 vezes. Chega a enjoar. Olha, tá vendo? Liberou 3 sidequests aqui. Aí pode ser que seja uma porcaria, mas pode ser que uma delas tenha algum item bom. Tá vendo? Nossa. As batalhas de caju é incrível, mas isso daqui é de ferral.
Pardon me,
that well-notched steel and impressive physique.
E eu lembro lá, a gente jogando Zelda, e eu não vi, assim, quests repetindo nesse nível tanto assim.
How exactly do you intend to use them?
Parece que cada quest que você fazia tinha sua própria historinha ali e tentava ser diferente de tudo. Que nem The Witcher. The Witcher 3 também é a mesma coisa. Cada side quest tem seu charme diferente, diferenciado das outras.
Should you accept, you will not only earn yourself material wealth, but partake of the true treasure that awaits us there. The rich and storied history of Zemeckis. Well, will you ever party to a finer proposition?
My arms are yours.
Wonderful. Then come. We must away.
But where are we going?
Along the old Zemeckis Road. And from there, onward to discovery. Quickly. There is not a moment to lose.
Wait.
Foi apressado, foi embora.
Good luck with your ne'er-do-wells.
Apressado come cru. Pegar outra side quest.
I'd better make sure he doesn't get himself killed.
I see you've been of some assistance to Eloise. Perhaps you can extend me the same kindness?
Perhaps. What would I be doing?
Finding someone. You see, I've
Só espero que as do Final Fantasy VII Rebirth não sejam nesse nível. E do remake tinha algumas sidequests que diferenciavam bastante uma da outra. Tinha algumas que era lá e mata o bicho, vai lá e pega tal coisa. Mas tinha algumas que diferenciavam bastante. Isso era legal. Mas eu acho que o que aconteceu no remake... Vamos falar real. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Eles colocaram tudo que o Final Fantasy VII clássico tinha dentro dele. Ou grande quase tudo. Os minigames. Eu acho que dos minigames que não teve no remake foi o de snowboard. O de submarino, que isso daí são momentos específicos que acontecem. O minigame de você ficar se esquentando. Sabe, você tá num local muito frio e começa a ter que ficar se esquentando. Chega uma hora que você chega em Gold Saucer, que tem vários minigames lá. Tem um... É um que você tem que apertar o botão no momento certo. Tem um jogo de submarino, de moto, de snowboard. Tem um de basquete, que é difícil pra caramba. Também não teve nesse daí. Aí no remake teve o agachamento. A arena, que tem no 7, quando você chega no Gold Saucer. Não teve corrida de Chocobo ainda. E nem o Farmville de Chocobo, né? Tecnicamente o Farmville de Chocobo a gente faz lá no final, né? Fica criando Chocobo, dá semente, dá não sei o que. Nossa, tem todo um tutorial pra você conseguir pegar o Chocobo dourado. Tem um jeito de você pegar o Chocobo dourado muito rápido, aí você tem que seguir esse tutorial, ou uma maneira mais lentinha, que aí você vai fazendo as coisas.
Good, actually. Something worth celebrating for a change. Only trouble is, the serving girl's still new to the job, so I can't leave her while I go and invite those I'd like to celebrate with.
What exactly are you celebrating, if you don't mind me asking?
I've come by a particularly fine bottle of red. A Gotan 66, no less. Gotan Rouge is the only good thing to have ever come out of the Empire.
Tô pensando em amanhã.
Part of a 66 if you held a knife to their throats.
So I've heard.
E amanhã eu abri uma livezinha.
Clearly you're a gentleman of taste. A gentleman who might sympathize with my predicament, perhaps? Would you pass the good news to a few friends of mine? I'll give you a little something for your time, of course.
Eu quero avançar nesse jogo. Eu quero ver logo mais pra frente. Eu tô naquela ânsia de que você quer ver logo o final desse jogo.
Thank you. You won't need to go far. All three of them should be right here in the market. There's Aldrich the porter, Milan the butcher, and Bolek, a guard over at the north gate. 3 of the finest fellows in Boklad, if you ask me. Tell them to come to the tavern when they finish for the day. Stop by again when you let them know, and I'll give you your little something.
I'll be right back.
Também como eu não tô... Já tô começando a dar indício que eu não vou aguentar. E ontem eu dormi cedo pra caramba, mano. Ontem eu não tava na minha casa. Fui pra casa da minha namorada. Boa noite, cara. Também acho que daqui a pouco eu vou. Vou tentar ver se eu abro uma live amanhã, tarde. Lá pra umas 2. Aí fica até umas 5 ou 6 horas da tarde ali. Acho que dá pra avançar legal no jogo. Meu Deus, quanta coisa verde que eu tenho que fazer. Ah, isso daqui é uma loucura.
Hurry, man. I must leave for the Dominion. I've been asked to find Aldrich, the porter. I don't suppose that's you, is it?
That's me right enough. You need something delivered?
The innkeeper sent me. He said there's a cup of Gotown 66 with your
Acho que
name
eu não vou
on it when
aguentar
you've
até
done
as
for the day.
3 horas da manhã que eu queria. Acho que lá pra umas...
66?
Pensando em fazer essas side quests aqui.
Must have been in the crates he had me carry down from Sambrek.
E aí, descansar.
Empire to Boklad. You must be a braver man than most. That's a treacherous route to the best of
Vou
times.
acordar muito tarde.
Such is the porter's lot. There's not a patch of storm these feet haven't traipsed across. They'd Soraflam one day, then off to Canva the next. The farther you're willing to go, the fatter the purse. Which is why there's no shortage of competition for some of the longer routes. I'd say I've done enough for today to earn myself a cup of something tasty. Thanks for letting me know.
Beleza. Fazer esses dois aqui pra trás.
That's that then.
What do you want? I've no coin on me.
Just information. There's a sellsword pass through here. Grey hair.
Now you mention it, there was a young man with salt in his mane sneaking around out there a while back.
Which way did he go?
How am I supposed to know? Buggered off down the road, I expect. Now why don't you do the same and leave me be?
Povo estressado. Quem tem que estar estressado sou eu que tô trabalhando, feito condenado aqui. Ixi. Vamos voltar. Pronto. Inimigos derrotados.
Are you hurt?
Happily not, good sir. Thanks to your timely intervention. More importantly, we have arrived. Now, feast your eyes upon the marvel before us. Ruins, a relic of the fallen civilization. A sight so common that man is oft blinded to its wonder. Colossal vessels, dashed from the very heavens. Airships, we call them, with very little thought to what wonders such a word might describe. Oblige me if you would. Does anything strike you as peculiar about this particular specimen? Though we ourselves find fallen ruins to be nigh indestructible, whatever gouged the final sin from the rock cleaved clean through the structure you see before you. A tantalizing mystery, no doubt, but merely one of countless enigmas in which Zemeckis history is steeped. Come, good sir. Our expedition continues, and we still have much to learn.
He's passionate. I'll give him that.
We don't want any trouble.
Neither do I. I'm looking for someone. A grey-haired mercenary.
Well, we haven't seen him.
Yes, we have. We saw him climbing up the rocks. And those ones, over there.
Maybe he found his thieves.
Mum won't let me near them. She said there's goblins up there, and that they eat little boys for dinner.
Shush, now. You've said quite enough already.
I only told him what you said.
I'd listen to your mother if I were you.
Vamos ver o que tem aqui.
Did Joseph's thieves really lug their stolen wares all the way out here?
Espada antiga. Tentador. Vamos ver esse equipamento. Bonita essa espada.
I think we found our thieves. They don't look happy to see me. Over here!
Droga. Vou perdoar não. Inimigo derrotado. Só isso, mano. Esse Goblin chato pra caramba.
Let's get this over with.
Stop! Don't kill him, he's just protecting his home.
Joseph? So the boy was right.
I don't know you.
Your porter friend sent me to find you. She was worried you might have got yourself killed.
Have I been gone that long? Wasn't hard finding the thieves. The problem was knowing what to do with them when I did.
I take it things are more complicated than they appear.
I'd all but ruled out bandits before I even left the market. You know what that is? Because our thieves had no interest in gold or gems, or anything they couldn't eat for that matter. Add to that the rumors of goblins in the area, and the mystery practically solved itself. I soon found their cozy little homestead and all the missing food. I launched myself at them, full of righteous fury, but their leader was the only one who moved to meet me. The others, they huddled around that food, ready to die protecting it. They stole because it was that or starvation. I've been there myself, back when times were hard.
So you spared them, and earned their trust into the bargain by the look of it.
These goblins aren't native to the area. They don't know how to survive such barren lands, so I've been teaching them. And once they've learned to hunt and forage, they won't be fool enough to risk their necks in Boklad.
I'm impressed. I didn't know goblins could be reasoned with.
Do me a favor. Let the porter know I'm safe. I'll head back to the market once my work here is done. Oh, and don't mention the goblins. I don't want people coming here brandishing pitchforks. Not now this lot have sworn off thieving.
Your secret's safe with me.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Beleza. Vamos agora no último local. Não dá pra tu curar. Toma.
You're going to get yourself killed. Oh, that would not do. That would not do at all. Not when such majesty stretches out before us. Behold, the final sin in all its glory. As Moss tells us, a battle was fought here in ancient times. A battle of such ferocity that it tore a great crater in the very land upon which it was waged. In reaching for their holy sanctum, did man enrage the gods. And great was the vengeance that was rained down upon him. Alas, the full truth of the matter is lost to time, though I live in hope that I might see it discovered. But we must not dwell upon such things. There is more yet to see. Onward. History awaits.
Mais outro local pra ir. Esse cara é chato, deixa ele morrer, por favor.
over.
Pronto. Uf, bicho chato.
Still in one piece?
It would seem so. Once more I am in your debt. And once more you impress me with your prowess. These were no ordinary foes, but ones we in the field call echoes. Though Moss the Chronicler concurs with the legends in attributing the fall of Zemeckis to a wrath wrought upon mankind by the gods, he offers little in the way of explanation. Could the ruins we see before us here, in all their elaborate beauty, perhaps suggest an answer? Could the construction of such miraculous edifices have been considered an encroachment upon the province of the divine? Alas, all is mere speculation. But one day, perhaps, I will learn the truth.
Not if you keep running headfirst into trouble.
You are right, of course. And not only have you plucked me repeatedly from the jaws of death, you have proven yourself a willing audience to my ramblings.
Glad to help, but didn't you say you came here to investigate something?
I fear I may have rather overstated the case on that front. In truth, a captive ear was all I really desired. You see, even my fellow scholars have grown somewhat weary of my musings of late. And so I came upon the idea of purchasing a companion. A captive audience, if you will.
That's what this was all about.
I am afraid so. And now, my good man, it is high time we returned whence we came.
Fine. Just don't go running off this time.
Concluímos essa quest, por favor. Essa side quest tá me irritando já. Ele falou uma coisa importante que ele queria falar, que era um negócio lá, foi justamente o que o Clive e a Jill falaram. Cataclismo. Deixa eu ver habilidades.
Let me carry your goods. Sheep.
And nasty. Let me, my lord.
Joseph's fine. He'll be back once he's tied up a few loose ends.
That's a weight off my shoulders.
He certainly knows his business. You found your thieves all right. And I dare say they won't be coming back.
A good man to have around, that Joseph. And if he says there'll be no more thieving, that's good enough for me. Thank you for putting my mind at ease. Here, for your troubles.
Pelo menos deu bastante XP.
Peaches and pears.
Jug of snake spit for the road. Caravan stops next to the checkpoint.
Are you Milan, the butcher?
That's me. What can I do for you?
The innkeeper's just had a special delivery. He thought you might like to join him for a cup of wine after you pack up for the day.
He knows me only too well. And I've got a ham here that will go handsomely with a nice drop.
Wine and ham to spare. Boclad clearly isn't suffering then.
Comes with being the place everyone has to pass through to get to everywhere else. Those who travel the Crystal Road bring all manner of goods with them. We get meat from Sanbrec, herbs from Rosaria. Why, sometimes we even see curiosities from across the Narrow. My old man knew what he was about when he set up shop here all those years ago. Anyway,
Essa carne é o relento aí, hein?
oh, you know what? Maybe I'll shut up shop early. Wouldn't want to keep our friend waiting.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
Let us through!
I'm looking for Bolek. I was told he'd be guarding the gate.
Well, you found him. You're not here to enlist, I take it?
The innkeeper sent me. He's just taken delivery of a rare vintage, a Gotan 66. He thought you might like a cup.
I've never said no to a goat hand. I'm not about to start now. Thanks for letting me know.
You must be a busy man.
The market would be flooded with refugees if we weren't here to stem the flow. Oh, my heart goes out to them, all right. But we've got our orders. No papers, no passage. Plenty try to slip past us nonetheless. And every now and then, one of them's foolish enough to try and force their way through. And when they do, well, things can get nasty. You know what? That wine's sounding better by the moment.
Well done. I wonder if the innkeeper might spare a cup of that wine.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
The caravan stops next to the checkpoint. Jug of snake spit for the road.
Come on, come on!
Out of my sight, wretch!
If our new arrivals had brought any coin.
I spoke to your friends. They'll be along soon.
That's fantastic news. Thank you kindly. It's been a while since we all sat down together. And the way I see it, that wine is as much theirs as it is my own.
How so?
Well, I wouldn't be serving anything but slops without Aldrich to go and fetch the good stuff for me. And then there's Milan, who always sends customers my way. And Bolek, an even-handed keeper of the peace, if ever there was one. Those three are the backbone of Boclad. Lose any one of them, and the market would soon fall apart. And without the market, I wouldn't have a single customer. I'd say that's worth a bottle of 66, wouldn't you?
And more besides.
Everyone needs a shoulder to lean on. Be they world-weary innkeepers or brooding swordsmen. Right. I'd better prepare for my guest's arrival.
I hear you had me carrying a bottle of Gotan 66. If I'd have known, I would have sold the thing and lived like a lord. I'll settle for a cup, though, if you're in a sharing mood.
A Gotan 60 bloody 6. Just as well I had something special of my own set aside. A bottle between the four of us might not be enough to drown our sorrows, but it can't hurt.
Here they are, the three pillars of Boclad. Sit yourselves down, gentlemen. The woes of the world may be monstrous in many, but there's nothing like a few good friends to keep the misery at bay.
Never a truer word spoken.
Nada. Dá um save quando chegar ali perto do Guts.
Peaches and pears.
Come on, come on!
The caravan stops next to the
Juicy pears!
What I really want to be is...
Here you are, Good. Try not to lose it again.
Me pass! You found it! Oh, thank you so much. Nan would have killed me if I'd come back without it. I'll have to say thanks to Elle and Theo, too.
So should you, Hansa. You and your friends don't have to steal anymore. If anyone threatens you again, you know who to turn to.
We do. And we already have. Mizelle's given us a job shifting the chocobo shit out the stables. It's hard work, and the pay isn't half what we got from the stones. But if we stick at it, we'll keep ourselves fit.
You stick at it then.
And Goots, I'm sorry for stealing your pass.
That's all right. I've got it back now. And all's well that ends well, eh?
You said you're trained to be a blacksmith, right? Well, I'm gonna be your first customer. I'm gonna save up all my gil and get you to make me a massive sword.
I'll do me best.
Till then, eh?
All right. We have a place on the wagon. Remember, Goots, we're mercenaries. You hired us to protect you.
Mercenaries.
And you remember the plan? You're to ride all the way to Twinside. Jill and I will go with you as far as the outskirts, then find our own way in.
I'll buy that stuff I need.
Right. And we'll scout out the Imperial's defenses.
There's a square with a big bell tower right in the middle of town. If you get lost, or out goes wrong, we can meet up there.
All right. Let's go.
Second.
I see. And you're quite certain your father has no knowledge of Ultima?
I am. I have no difficulty believing a sinister force has come to exert an influence on Sanbreque. But be that as it may, it is yet to claim my father. For better or worse, his radiance speaks his own mind.
Then the fiend works from the shadows.
I confess, when first you told me of this fiend, I had my doubts, and more than a few at that. A beast that labors to plunge Valisthea into turmoil, all in pursuit of your brother. But that wound is proof enough that evil is afoot.
Then I have your answer, Your Highness. You will join me in my fight.
I cannot. Not yet.
Your Highness, please.
As you are aware, the Dhalmekian army is at our gates. They have lost their mother crystal, and with it all hope of a negotiated withdrawal. It is but a matter of time before they invade. If Bahamut is not here to meet them, my people will be slaughtered.
Though not by Hugo Kupka, thanks to Ultima's machinations. I know the fate of your people weighs heavy on your conscience, but if we do not put an end to Ultima's plans, they shall face a far darker fate. The chaos he would wreak would sweep all of Valisthea into the abyss. The lives of every man, woman, and child in the Twins are at stake.
I believe what you say, Phoenix. But I have duties of my own, and I must discharge them. Come what may. What do you know of my blood?
I know that it is wholly unworthy of the highest offices of state, which rightly belong to those of purer breeding. Alas. Your bloodline runs through the Oriflamme gutter, from a whore who weighed her child's worth in gil.
Have you threatened my father?
Of course not. I merely whispered in his ear that his mongrel son is plotting a rebellion.
What?
Sylvester listens to the words of his astrologers. And they have ears too.
You have been feeding them your lies!
Should you remain loyal to Emperor Olivier, his radiance may yet crown your head with laurel, and not with tar.
Fork-tongued witch!
In consideration of your long years of service to the Empire, I shall forgive this uncharacteristic rudeness. Now hurry and make ready, Your Imperial Highness. Emperor Olivier expects much of you, Dion. Or should I say, of Bahamut. May your fire reduce his enemies to ash, till all of Valisthea bows to its rightful ruler.
There is another darkness that has taken hold of Sanbreque. And until its grip is released, the flames of war shall spread ever wider, just as Ultima wishes.
Forgive me. My family has caused you much grief.
You are not her keeper, Phoenix. This is a matter for the Imperial household now, and as a member of that household, it falls to me to resolve it. At such time as that is done, what strength I have shall be yours.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Let us take to the skies together, and bring a new dawn to Valisthea.
I should like nothing more.
É bem isso que acontece, né?
Terence.
My prince.
Tell me true. Do you believe what I'm about to do is wrong?
We dragoons have but one leader, Your Highness. And we shall follow him unto the very end.
Thank you. And this is my decree. For their crimes against the crown, the traitorous Annabella and her usurping son shall be put to death, and the Empire restored.
Tá, provavelmente aqui agora a gente vai pro cristal. Como isso daqui vai ser complicado. Eu vou deixar pra próxima live isso.
One would never guess that these people stood on the brink of war.
And they're afraid. They turn to drink to forget their fears.
Anything you want to forget?
The harbor is empty, and half the market stalls too. The city may seem peaceful on the surface, but it's balanced on a knife edge. Were we to give it a nudge, it might be just the distraction we need to reach the Mother Crystal.
I thought you might say that. We should send for Gav. We'll need someone to keep the fires we start from going out.
And we can busy ourselves scheming until he gets here.
I'll send a Stolas then.
What is it, boy?
What's happening?
I don't know.
Torgal!
This way.
Beleza. Fogo no céu. Não é possível salvar no momento?
The city's on fire.
I'm sure Goots is fine. He'll be making for the square.
The one with the bell tower. In the middle of town, right?
Vai dar pra salvar. Beleza, gente. Show.